then
or
teach me.
We could just say
that way
like, screw it to censoring stuff. We should just place it in there raw. We can pop these bad boys out.
Give it to them raw.
Yeah. Raw, uncut, unfiltered. All right then. Hello again. Welcome to YAMcast. I'm your host, Grin.
And Coco.
Yeah, and Coco. Oh my god, there's like fingernails over here.
What?
There's fingernails on my desk. I need to clean this off. I was
You're
clipping my fingernails in. Oh man, like when I was like moving it like clipped the mic too. That's gonna be bad. I need to edit that out.
No.
So I was editing the entire last podcast, and I had no idea, but our little Coco here was about to become a vigilante. He was about to save the day.
Coco?
So
yes.
If you guys remember, he said like some guy walked out with some switches. Well, that's what happened. He walked out. He didn't pay for that stuff, and he, yeah.
Wait a minute. What happened to giving it to them raw?
Are we gonna give it to them raw?
I mean, I don't know. Are we going to? Is this gonna be the first one?
I don't remember.
Unedited.
I don't remember if it's like a minute in or 30 seconds in. But there's like they detect cusses after a certain period of time, and then after a while you could just cuss as much as you want.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to test that theory out one of these days.
But yeah, he was gonna save GameStop. Do you want to tell him that story that you just told me again?
Oh, my superhero origin story. Potential. What could have been. Oh, I regret it. I could have been the GameStopper. Saving one video game at a time. No, yeah.
Chills.
It was the guy. The guy stole two switches, like the brand new switches that came out, the OLED screen ones. But yeah, the law enforcement couldn't catch him because of the potato quality cameras that were in the store. Apparently, I mean, we were wearing a mask and everything because we had to when we walked into the store. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that played a big part in it, and I think he was wearing a hat too. So I don't know.
He went in ready.
Yeah, or maybe he wasn't, and then just saw the opportunity and went for it, and he got away with two switches.
That's the new switches, right? The OLED ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you said,
although I mean, I'm sorry.
And you said, for a fact this dude because they were only selling the PS5s at that time, right? They had opened it up for just like this PS5 selling event, and this dude walks out with the two switches.
Yep. I was in line to get my PS5, and then I just remember seeing the guy walking out, and part of me wanted to say something because I didn't see him have like a receipt, because usually it would be a pretty long receipt for, a couple of consoles. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see that in his hands. I just saw him walking out with two switches and kept looking back as he was walking out the store. And I'm like, man, something doesn't seem right. I'm like, Like I said, part of me wanted to say something.
Your Coco senses are tingling.
I wanted to spring into action, but I was like, maybe I don't want to look like an idiot, and be like, oh, he did buy them. Okay, my bad. But at the same time, one of the girls that worked at that GameStop, I know all the workers there, but yeah, she walked out right behind him. That's a crazy thing. But she wasn't paying attention because she was jotting down all the notes and making sure she had everything. So she was focused on, with selling the PS5s and all that and managing the line. But yeah, she did see that on the camera feed. He walked out, and then like a couple of seconds after he walked out, she walked out, and I'm like, oh man, only if would have speared his ass.
And that's the two that got away.
Those are the two that got away. Shame.
But at least, I don't know if we can talk about this now, but at least you got your PS5, right? Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can talk about that.
Have you cracked that bad boy open yet, or? You're
Yes,
savoring it?
I have. I cracked it open at least. I'm kind of savoring it for right now, but I did open it, took a good look at it.
Took a good sniff.
At some, hey, do you have cameras in here? Oh, what a creep! No, you come on, you gotta love that new game smell, especially when people used to buy the disc version of the games. You know, you crack it open,
yeah,
that
you
new
get
game smell.
Plasticky.
Ah, so nice.
Forgot
But now
all
everything
about
you
that.
just buy it on digital download, and you're good.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of carrying around all those CDs?
Or those
like,
big
seriously.
cases too.
Yeah,
Big plastic
you know,
cases.
like what's the point?
I got like a closet
So-
full of them.
I do. Well, yeah, I have a room full of all my PS3 and PS4 games. It wasn't until last year, I want to say. Yeah, last year when I finally, took my head out my ass and was like, you know what? Hey, maybe I can just download these digitally, and bought myself an external PlayStation hard drive, and that's all I did.
Makes sense.
But yeah,
What
it's a lot better.
what game did you play on the PS5? What was the first one?
I haven't played it yet. I haven't hooked it up.
Oh, so it was legit, just a
Yeah.
sniff, just a sniff.
Yeah, it was legit. Well, not just a sniff, dude.
A little lick too,
a little lick.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't go that far. That's weird.
Well, I just know that
But
you've been
no,
wanting this thing for
eventually-
years and eons.
I have. Well, I have since the
Finally,
day it came
Santa,
out. Yes.
our third subscriber, listened, and he's like, you know what, Coco. Although Santa, where's my drawing tablet? Or those Powerball numbers. You see the Powerball now? It's 441 million.
Holy hell!
Yeah, nobody's been winning this damn thing.
Yeah, never really been that interested in doing it, but
I think the odds
But
are
hey.
like impossibly insane. But still, somebody wins it.
that'll be crazy. That will be crazy.
I
I
hate
actually had a buddy of mine that that I used to game with. I mean, I still see him when I jump onto the PlayStation on my PS4, but I don't think we had a falling out. We just don't talk as much. You know, it's not like the way it used to be back in the PS3 days. Makes me sad. But yeah, one of the friends I made a long time ago. There was at one point when we were playing together, he did bring up, he was like, yeah, man, because we're not that close and we don't really know each other because he's in a different state. But I guess he felt like he got close to me, and it's not to talk bad about him or anything, but
No, we're gonna shit talk this guy right now.
no, not at all. No way.
Fuck this guy.
He's a really cool guy, but it was kind of weird but funny at the same time when we were talking about winning the lotto or something like that. I forgot what brought it up, but he's like, yeah, man, if I win the lotto, I mean, I'd probably give you a little bit of money and some of the other friends of ours that we all played together with. And I just kind of sat there and I was like, no, man, there's no way. Part of me was like, yeah, bullshit. You're not going to do that. If you ever win the lotto, you would never do that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, if you do, that's kind of weird. Like, you don't really know me like that. Yeah, we game. We gamed a lot together online, but wow, like that's deep, man. I was like, thank you. I don't know how to respond.
I think it's just a thing where it's just such a big amount of money, and just dividing it could give like so much opportunities to so many other people that it's like, oh yeah, I'll give you like $1 million. I'll help you out.
Quite possibly, maybe.
Also, tell your friend, Grin's a good guy. He's got a cool podcast.
But I need to broadcast that out to all my friends on my PlayStation friends list. Like, hey, check it out. Here's a link. Like, oh, spam. Oh no, your account's been hacked. Hey, are you okay?
Speaking of which, like, I remember back in the good old days, back when I was playing like Xbox 360, I would just make friends like out of nowhere. You'd be playing like Halo 3 and they'd be like, oh wow, you're really good, and they just add you, and sometimes you party up. I haven't been like that at all nowadays.
So I know I'm weird.
Oh
'Cause
boy.
I'm a little weird, but a little is kind of undercutting it. But I'm weird in my own ways. I never really played online, even when the PS3 first came out. I never really played online. It was mainly just playing single player games or even games that had good campaigns. And if it had like multiplayer, I wouldn't even jump online. Like I just wanted to play the campaign, beat the game, and then I was done with it. You know, because that's the way I've known playing games from the time I started playing games on the Sega Genesis all the way up into the PS3 at the time. You know, when we had Blockbuster, you know what I mean? I know, I'm not sure if you remember that or not, but I miss it. It was, you know, good old days. You know, go to Blockbuster on a weekend, rent a couple of games, play them, beat them, return them. Okay, we're done. And that's how I treated a lot of games. And it was kind of weird, even though I was racking and stacking a lot of games. But the thing was that I was playing the games that I bought. And as soon as I finished it, I was like, okay, set it to the side. Will it collect dust? Maybe, maybe not. Will I play it again? Who knows? But it wasn't until I played, or not really played, it wasn't until I met some people that I worked with back then when I'm sorry if you hear the dogs fighting back over there playing, but
professional.
But when was it that Modern Warfare 2 came out? I'm trying to look it up.
Was that 2007?
Well, no, I don't think it was 2007.
Modern Warfare 2?
November 10th, 2009. So about a few months after it came out, I think I remember this now. It was somewhere in the beginning of 2010. That was the first time that I played online, like any game online. And that was because there was a group of people that I met that worked in this other office, I'll say. Try not to give away, you know, where I work and all that.
He's a prostitute.
Right. Hey. I thought that was between me and you.
Oh.
Anyways. How you think we met?
Only fan vibes.
But yeah, it was 2010, the first year that I started playing online, and it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. A lot of the people that I met, this group of people, they were like, "Oh, you play Call of Duty?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I already beat it, so it's cool." They're like, "You don't play online?" I'm like, "Why would I play online?" I didn't really have friends to play online also at the time too. I was like, okay. I was like, why would I play online? I'm like, "Oh, you need to. It's the best thing, blah, 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 blah," you know. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, so what, y'all are wanting me to play with y'all online? Yeah, come on, try it out. And I'm like, all right, cool. And that was the beginning of the end. Because I got hooked. And it was so bad that not only was I playing online every single damn day, but I was buying other games at the same time that I wanted to play, but I was kind of stacking it behind me like, okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. I still have probably somewhere between 60 to like maybe 100 games ranging back from my PS3, even my PS4 games that I have that I still have not played.
Oof.
Because over the years I bought all these games and I'm just like, oh. But at one point, I think within the past several years, I kind of looked at my stack and it made me depressed, and I'm like, oh, you poor games. I'm like, I haven't had a chance to play you, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start now. So I played a few from the PS3, even the PS4 games that I bought and never played. I'm like, man, I missed out on so much. I'm like, I wish they'd never introduced online. I was like, screw those guys. I could have beaten all these games, you know, had that experience, but you know, it's way too late. In fact, we're looking at 2021 going on 22.
Oof.
12 freaking years playing shooting games, I guess you could say. It's been mainly Call of Duty and Battlefield. Yeah. Pretty sad.
I guess that's kind of how I started out. I mean, before, online play, I was playing by myself, obviously. But when it did happen, I remember I'd always go to my friend's house, and I'd always be like his little guest, and we'd always be playing online. And I remember like really always doing that too. I didn't even play. I mean, I remember getting Black Ops 2, I think. And, or was it Black Ops 1? I don't remember. It was one of the Black Ops. And I didn't even touch the campaign. All I did was play multiplayer and zombies.
Oh, was it 2, you said?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
So, out of the Call of Duty, the Black Ops games, the very first one will always have a special place in my heart. That was, in my opinion, the best and the only good Black Ops game there ever was.
That's the one with the Mason, right?
The very first one, that one came out.
What are the numbers mean, Mason? That one?
I believe so. It's been so long, dude, since I played the campaigns and all that. It's been mainly just online. Let's see here. When did that game?
Let me fill the air with my story. So I'd been playing online ever since then, and I remember, I don't know when it switched for me, but it was sometime, I want to say like maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9 or 8, I don't know. But playing online really started stressing me out all of a sudden, and like I hated it. It made me really anxious, and I don't know, it just did. Like I remember it was while I was playing Overwatch, like I would play and I wouldn't be like chill. I'd be like always on edge. It's like, oh, I don't really want to play with these people. I have to be like performing really well and shit. And yeah. So now it's like back to me playing single player shit. But I don't know. There's every once in a while it's like, oh yeah, I can play a multiplayer game. But even like Dead by Daylight, I stress out, and it's super weird now because there's a lot of fun online games, but online only games.
Wow. Yeah, there are, even after building my PC, when I built it back in 2015, I want to say is when I built my PC. But yeah, even after that, like I really didn't play that many games on my PC, which is really sad. Okay, my dogs are kind of freaking me out right now. I'm by myself in the house.
What's the dog doing?
And they keep looking at the entrance of the stairway.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. The dogs do that, but that's probably for another time. That should have been on the podcast as well.
So
but I'll probably bring that up. Anyways, no.
I want to show you this. I want to show you this. I don't know how I'm gonna put it on the video. I'll figure out a way to edit it. But we gotta watch this, okay?
Oh no. What are we watching? Wait, no.
Can you see this?
It's totally a chick flick, bro.
So, what are your opinions on this?
Don't like it.
This is the movie I was describing in the
last podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
So the trailer, they made it out like, oh, it's this wholesome, come feel the love, it's a big family thing. But if you're like really watching this trailer, you can see like the sister gets off and the boyfriend's all like suddenly horny. And if you're listening between the cheery music, all right, it's like, I'm not giving her the family ring. Oh, she's an ugly bitch, whatever the fuck, horse face looking ass. Look, she's always.
Oh my god! They didn't even say that.
They basically said that. They're all like, she's always hawking up these clams, and she's like, well, your family hates me. I feel so bad for her. And like that scene where she drops all the stuff, they weren't like apologetic or laughing about it. They were seriously pissed. They're like, wow, you fucked everything up.
Wow.
It's a terrible, terrible movie.
So when I meant terrible, I don't mean like the plot and like what happens in the movie. I'm talking about just overall, like, it's just a terrible movie. Like oh, why would somebody watch this? Like, this is just a stupid, awful movie. Like, it's worse than a B-rated movie. It's F. That though, come on, man, I'm gonna need you to do better.
No, that's a really bad movie.
I'll give you the sequels of Home Alone after the second movie. I'll give you that. Yeah, those were just awful, which I'd never even watched. But just watching the trailers for them, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a stupid, awful movie. It was.
Let's watch the trailer to the new one.
Oh God, no! Why?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
No. Oh God, it's just repeating the fucking movie.
Wow, epic.
Now they have a British kid now. Oh, okay, stop this. Stop it.
We gotta keep going. We gotta
Just
power
awful.
through.
No, I do not. This is just awful. God, this movie is so terrible. For the love of God, I'm gonna go insane. I hate this.
Oh my God.
How do you like watching these? I hate you. I really hate you.
It looks like a fun time.
Fucking awful.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I was really showing you these, but I was thinking about this while I was in the bathroom.
No, God, okay.
You know what's really lame?
What?
Lame ass memes. You know what sucks? Like, as soon as 2022 happens, we're gonna be flooded with like those lame ass memes with like the packed gym on top, and it's like the gym's on January, and then the gym's on March, and it's all empty. I'm gonna have to see all that shit again. I'm gonna have to see Homer sitting in the bar and he's staring at the barkeeper, and then it's like everybody's Facebook feed and it's got all the fireworks and stuff. I don't want to have to deal with
ready
that.
for our city, man.
Our
It's
city?
gonna be like last couple of years here.
What do you mean?
Skies are gonna be lit up like crazy.
Is it really crazy here?
Were you not here for last?
I think I got really messed up and I fell asleep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Even like July 4th here. Wait a minute, you don't remember July 4th?
I don't know where I was July 4th. I don't remember where I was.
Damn, dude.
Oh well.
But yeah, it was the skies were lit up like. I know there's like that rule, like, oh, you can't shoot off fireworks within like the city limits and yada yada. You have to be outside the city to do that.
Nobody cares.
It was even all over Facebook too. Like our city, the city that we're in, like the entire, like I forgot exactly where this person was and where they were recording from, but they were doing like a 360 with their phone, and they were outside, and the entire city, the sky for miles was lit up. People around the city, most of the city, I would have to say, had fireworks and were just shooting them off like crazy. It was insane. If I can find that video, I'll show you. I'll send it to you. But it was insane. I'm not sure if it was July 4th or if it was New Year's. Might have been both, actually, because I remember New Year's last year. Like, all I had to do was just go. We just sat on our back porch and just looked up, and like our entire neighborhood, for the most part, had fireworks, and they were just shooting them off like crazy. And I'm like, wow, like, okay. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the veterans, those who have PTSD, those who have their poor little fur babies that are afraid of fireworks.
Okay,
like
so there's a meme that comes around every year, and there's one that I actually do like. Instead of the unfunny the gym one, it's this one right here. This one's great. You're gonna have to wait and watch the podcast to see which one I'm talking about, but it's okay. Anyway, go on.
But
Or were you done?
yeah. No, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it must be nice to have like a back porch where you could just sit outside and, watch fireworks. My back porch is it's not really a porch. It's a little it's a little chunk of concrete, and it's right above my neighbor's
a lot of trees.
Yeah, there's a big tree.
In front of you.
And it's crazy because like you started talking about, oh yeah, we went backyard, and then all of a sudden I started remembering. I was like really out of it, and I was like, oh, I want to go look at the fireworks. And I was like trying to peek around the tree, and I was like, I'm too drunk for this. I don't want to fall out and like die. So I just went back inside.
Yeah, like if you've been on our back porch, and
it's a nice back porch.
Except it is. It's a very nice view,
dookie.
but all the dog shit from 3 dogs. Speaking of which, I gotta go pick that up tomorrow.
Oh no.
I gotta do lawn. I gotta mow the lawn. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about our struggles and depressing lives. But so what are your? I guess we could kind of turn this into a New Year's podcast in a way, not just random.
Yeah. I was gonna segue. Do you have any New Year's superstitions that you believe in?
Superstitions. Ooh, that's an interesting question. I thought you were going to leave with the typical boring, what are your New Year's resolutions going to be? I don't have any. Let's just be honest. I don't.
You don't want to
but
get
no,
better?
superstitions. I don't think I have any, honestly. Do you?
I've never done any. I know there's like a kissing one where you have to kiss at midnight. Otherwise you get bad luck for the entire year. But I don't know how truthful that is because I have bad luck in general. So
join the club. First time. Well, actually, now that you say it, I'm not sure if it would be considered as a superstition. More so I would say an Hispanic tradition, maybe. I don't know if it is, but it's sort of in a way a tradition that my family has been doing for years. You know the thing with the grapes?
No, I have no idea.
So you eat 12 grapes, and I would have to talk with my mom again.
That's it. You eat 12 grapes.
It's not so much. You eat 12 grapes, but each grape is for every month for the year. And it's not so much. It almost feels like a wish. I kind of want to say that's what it is, but I know I'm entirely wrong. It's like what you want to accomplish, or like what you want to wish for. I guess it's a wish. I don't know. I'll confirm that, but let's just go with wish. It's a wish for that month. So first grape, January, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you eat 12 grapes. It's like, what do you want? What do you want to accomplish for that month?
For that month or for the...
Yeah, for that month. Because again, you have 12 grapes. All months for the entire year. So you eat the first one. Okay, this is for January. All right, second one. All right, this one's for February. This is what I wish for February, whatever. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I would have to confirm that again with my mom. But I know she's always told me, and I just in one ear, out the other. I'm like, okay, yeah, wishes. Got it. Cool.
Have you ever done the king's cake?
Never even heard of that.
Okay. So I'm sure maybe you heard the Spanish name that I can't think of at the moment. It's like Rosco de Reyes or something like that.
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's like this big circular cake, and in the cake you bake babies into it.
I'm sorry, what?
You bake little tiny plastic non-flammable babies, but you can still probably choke on one.
Oh god.
And you cut the cake, right? And if you're eating it and if you have a baby, you're supposed to like host a party. I think on like sometime in February.
Wow, that's very weird.
I don't remember like the thing about it, but I know that some people do it. And I think one year I was like with my family. I was like a kid and I wanted some of that damn cake. And I remember I had the baby in it, but I don't think I told anybody. So I don't think they had a party. They were just like, okay, I guess nobody's doing the party.
That's funny. By the way, I had to turn down the volume on my headset, so hopefully when I play back again, it won't hear
massive echoes.
Right, it won't hear you through my headset.
I had to censor me, and then I had to go through your clip, and I had to censor you because I was cussing on your headphones.
So hopefully it's not. I turned it down, and I just had to test it out. But yeah, you're good.
We'll see.
I think the only reason why I turned it up to hear you was because there was. Oh, that was weird.
Are you getting like possessed right now? What's going on?
I thought I heard a noise.
Okay.
Dude, this is creepy being inside this house by myself.
I could have swore. Okay, I'm not lying, but I thought I heard something right before you paused too. It sounded like from this side. Like that. What was that?
Okay, I'm legit getting freaked out right now. This is not normal.
Oh boy.
What's wrong, Jazzy? You keep looking at over there at the... Okay, hold on one second.
You want me to come over with my Ouija board?
You stay the hell away from me with that damn thing. That's the one thing. Stay away from me.
It'll help. It glows in the dark. It's cool.
No. That's okay. So if they're talking about superstitions, yes, that is the number one thing I will not allow in my house. You can go fuck yourself. Don't you invite any awful violent spirits in my house, even though I feel like there really is. It's weird.
You're getting cold chills?
Not really. It's just I've been hearing noises lately. Like maybe it's just I'm just hearing things, but it's weird because all three of my dogs, well, with the exception of one of them, the youngest and then the oldest are the two that do the most freakiest things. They keep looking in areas or looking at like openings to like areas of the house or doorways, and they just keep staring, like so fixated on it. And I'm like, what are you looking at? I'm like, this is too freaky.
Yeah, that is pretty creepy.
It really is. But our oldest, Jazzy, she lately she's just been doing this thing where she thinks she hears something and then she'll just go nuts. And then
like barking?
I egg on. She'll have this really mean, deep growl, and then she'll start barking, and then she'll just look at me like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" And I kind of egg on. I kind of play with her. I tease her. I'm like, "What did you hear, Jazzy? What did you hear?" And then she just goes like full berserk. She'll just like her hairs will stand up on the back of her neck, and she'll just like kind of go up and down the stairs and just kind of just let out these little pitiful, little groans and whatnot, like she hears something. And I'm like, it might be a cat, it might be something. Go get him. And then she takes off running in the backyard through the doggy door. It's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's just being weird, that's all. But no, yeah, you said you heard something, and I thought I heard something right before I paused. That's why I paused. I'm like, what was that? But they just went outside. So what? And it's kind of weird too, because our Facebook page,
we have a Facebook page?
Well, our neighborhood Facebook page, I should say. Sorry.
I thought Yamcast had a Facebook page. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, no. Too much. No, our neighborhood Facebook page posted about something that happened, I think, a couple of days ago. I don't think it was a murder or anything like that, but something that involved like 6 people. And it was pretty bad, but they caught 3 of the 6, and the other 3 were still on the loose. And I think it was a robbery or something. Hopefully it wasn't a murder, but they didn't release that information.
Yeah.
But they were just like, lock your doors and windows, yada, 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 just stay indoors, be on the lookout for 3 suspicious people in a red Jeep, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, my God. We've been having a lot of weird, like, petty theft and, like, break-ins and stuff lately in the neighborhood. Lucky enough, knock on wood, but lucky enough not in my immediate neighborhood, but, like, other sections.
Like a couple blocks around.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it is crazy. It's pretty cool that people just keep on the lookout for that, but we have a couple of cops, around us, and mostly a lot of military that live in the neighborhood as well too. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
So is this like?
Anyways,
what
about?
This is a paranormal podcast now.
It's a New Year's special with a Halloween twist.
I think we talked about like ghosts in every single podcast so far. Oh man, that's gonna be a recurring theme.
Hey, like I said, I love the supernatural, the scary stuff. I really do.
Do you remember your dreams?
Some.
Not like your aspirations, but like your dreams. Do you ever have like a recurring?
I knew what you were talking about. I think that's funny. It's funny that you had to confirm that. You're like, okay, let me make sure you understand what I'm trying to ask. I knew what you were asking.
There's a slight pause, so I was lightly concerned.
No, me have dreams? I'm sorry. No, that was kind of dark. No. Actually, some. Even from when I was like a teenager or, a young adult. Wait, what am I talking about? I'm still a young adult. Shut up.
Okay, boomer.
Some. Shut up. Millennial, thank you. Some I do. But I do hate those dreams where it's like, it's so good and you wake up and you're like, damn it. What was I dreaming about? No. I need to have a journal and write all these down. But no, I do. I do remember some, not all. And that's the crazy thing because I had this conversation with the wife and I always feel like there have been times in my life and I can't think of any certain specific times in my life, but there have been times where I'd be doing something. I'll simply just be sitting, either daydreaming or doing whatever, and at some point I kind of look around and I'm like paying attention to my surroundings and people's conversations or whatever I'm doing, and I'm just like, holy crap, deja vu. I'm like, I had a dream about this before, but it's really not a deja vu. It's like, oh no, you didn't dream of you weren't dreaming of the future or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So there's a huge argument for that between me and her on that. But I just kind of felt like, you know what? I'd be kind of cool. Like I dreamt of something of the future. Don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but I dreamt of this. But chances are, yeah, it's not true. But
yeah, I like deja vu. I don't know why the occurrence happens. I think it's something about like your brain has been in a similar situation, so it tries to like make sense of what's going to happen next or something like that. But I like to, ever since I was a kid, when I would have deja vu, I'd be like, oh, it's just an alternate version of me dying.
Oh God.
Like if there's multiple universes, that grin just died.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. It's just something that's always stuck with me.
But do you remember any of yours?
My dreams?
Yeah.
I remember a lot.
Do you keep a journal?
Yeah, I used to. There was this one summer where I was like super into dreams, and I'd write every single one of them down. Because I wanted to get into lucid dreaming, and that's pretty cool. But I always get too excited when it happens because it's super cool, and I always like flying, so I like start flying, and it's like it's so exciting that my heart beats way too fast, and I end up waking up because of the excitement.
So I there have been a couple of times, and this happened with the wife too. She actually woke me up both times. I do remember this since we've been in this house. There have been 2 times that I had nightmares, and it felt so realistic. Like in my dream, I felt myself hyperventilating, like I was breathing really hard and fast. Like I saw something that terrified me, and I was, yeah, I had it was pretty bad, and I woke up both times terrified. I woke up to her shaking me awake, like, hey, you okay? And I'm panting. I'm just like almost to the point where I'm like sweating. I was almost panicking. And then I just had to gather myself, and I'm just like kind of laying in bed, sitting up, like trying to get up. I'm like, what the hell was that? And she's like, you must have been having a nightmare. And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, he scared me. He started like breathing really hard and fast. And I was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I do remember some of my dream slightly, but it just got to a point where I saw something scary. It was blurry. I just remember seeing it being blurry, but seeing a face, seeing a figure, something, and it was scary as hell. It was terrifying, but it scared me. But yeah, both times it was like that.
Wow.
Since I've been in this house. Yeah, real crazy. I'm like, what the hell? And I do remember there was a dream that I had a long time ago. Felt like I was in a video game. You know, I was running around, jumping through stuff, running across
collecting coins.
Stuff like, collecting stuff. And it might have been coins. Don't know what the hell it might have been. But I do remember that a part of the dream before I woke up, I ran across a wooden bridge, and I fell through. And when I fell through and I hit the water, I saw a face. Don't know exactly if it felt like I wanted to say, oh, it might have been Jesus's face or something, but I just remember seeing a face. I'll just put it that way. There's no telling exactly what it was, who it was. But I woke up in tears.
Wow.
I woke up and I was crying.
Damn.
And it took me a minute to gather myself, and I was wiping my tears away, and I was like, why was I crying? Really weird.
Yeah.
I always have weird dreams like that. You know, it wasn't a nightmare or anything like that. It wasn't scary or anything. But yeah, really weird.
I've been having some pretty bad dreams lately.
Ooh.
But like normally when I have a nightmare, you know, you wake up, you're like, oh man, that sucked. You go back to sleep. But I want to say for like 2 months now, maybe. Every other week, it's like a nightmare I wake up screaming from. And you know, I feel bad. I'm normally, you know, a quiet person, and I don't want to be a disturbance to my neighbors. But every so often I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just screaming in fear of this nightmare.
Jesus.
I think, yeah, the last one happened was like last night. It was crazy.
Wow.
It's about some aliens or something.
All right, Cartman. You gonna get an anal probe?
Maybe that's what it is. They keep coming and probing me.
Oh, God. Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you, man. That's pretty terrifying. I know what it feels like, but yeah, damn.
Did I ever tell you about that one dream where I heard the scream?
What? No,
I didn't tell you.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so, oh man, it's gonna be hard to remember because it was a while ago. But I was sleeping, right, and I was having this dream that I don't know, I was getting something. It was probably like chocolate or something, and it was really delicious. And I heard a scream in my dream, and I woke up and I heard the scream still, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell? And it was like really, really loud. It was like right next to my window, like those disgusting children on the first podcast. But I went to the window and I peeked, and like it's super dark. I don't see anything but that damn tree. And I was like, holy crap, somebody probably just got murdered right now. That's like somebody's mom, that's somebody's daughter. What do I need to do? And I like start messaging people. I was like, hey, I think I just heard a scream. I don't know what's going on. Blah, 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 this. Blah, 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 that. And Wait. My bad. So I wake up, right, and I'm laying there and I'm like contemplating. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I get up? Do I go check it out? Do I call the cops? What should I do? And then I got up and I started texting my friends, hey, I just heard a scream. I'm going to go check it out. And at this time, my baseball bat that I usually use to defend myself, it's in my car. The only thing I have is a fireman's axe. And like, if I walk outside with a fireman's axe after everybody just heard the screaming, they're probably going to think I'm an axe murderer. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to take like a little knife. I took a little knife, a kitchen knife, and I put it in my pocket. And I walk to the living room and I peek out to that little tiny porch again. I don't see anything still. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I go outside and I open the door, and my neighbor's dog, it barks at literally everything. It starts going, ruff, 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 right? And I'm like looking around and I don't see anything. I could just hear the damn dog barking. So I close the door and I lock the door, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I go back to my bedroom and I lay down, and then I figured it out. Do you know what it was?
No.
So I'll give you a hint. My neighbor's dog barks at everything. But it didn't bark at the scream.
Okay.
Do you get it? I was dreaming that I was dreaming and I heard a scream. And the scream woke me up.
It was your scream.
It wasn't my scream.
Oh.
It was just
say like you screamed. Okay.
No. It was just a dream scream. And then I woke up from that dream, but I was still dreaming that I heard the scream still going on and that I peeked outside. When I was
the dream of a dream.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then I went and I laid back down in bed, and that's when I was contemplating like, oh, should I tell my friends what's going on? Then I woke up, and that's when I started messaging my friends like, hey, I just heard a scream. I need to check this out. And so when I opened the door and the dog started barking at my little tiny door cracked open, that's when it hit me like, oh, it was a dream. The dog would have barked at the damn lady screaming, right?
Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure it would have. That's at least what I'm telling myself to keep myself sane.
So, and it's funny you mentioned about the dogs barking and all that, because one of our dogs, she's a bit of a barker. She yips a lot. She barks too damn much. And even thinking about it right now, it's like, you know what? That's probably a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they might bark a lot, and I'm worried that the only reason why I get mad at her when she does that a lot, especially when she's outside, she'll just be outside on the porch, and no matter what, she'll bark at freaking anything. And I get mad at her. I'm like, stop doing that. I'm going to get a complaint from one of our neighbors that you bark too damn much. Shut the hell up. I get mad at her for that. And it's like, oh, God, shut up. She'll be in the house, and sometimes we'll be on the couch or upstairs, and she'll be near us, and she'll let out a bark. But her barks, it scares us because it catches you off guard. And when she does that, it's like, damn it, dog, go away. Like, go outside and do that. Go downstairs and do that. Like, God, I hate it. Like, we both hate it. But at the same time, I think I was talking with my mom, and she said, no, mijo. She said, that's a good thing. It might be annoying and all that, yada, yada, but that's a good thing, because they'll let you know if they sense danger or anything that's not normal, that's normal to them,
Yeah. Like, the second something really does happen, you'll know it.
Exactly. Like, don't train them to not bark when they probably should, to let you know, hey, I sense something. Hey, I heard something, rough, or whatever, But I'm just, her barks are just, it's ear piercing, It's not deep or anything. She's a little dog, but it's just like, God,
high pitched
go away.
yaps.
Yep. Not even like that. I mean, she's kind of a small, medium-ish kind of dog, but yeah, she's a mutt. All our dogs are mutts. They're all mixed, but yeah. That's crazy. I never had a dream. I didn't dream of me dreaming. A dream within a dream. Yeah, no, I've
man.
never had anything like that. That's weird.
It's really bad. Sometimes it goes like double layer on that.
Oh God, no, I don't know. I'd probably go insane. No way.
When I was a kid, it was really, really bad.
Oh wow.
Like
A lot of times I don't dream of anything.
oh man.
I wake up and I was like, wow, I didn't have a dream. Okay, cool.
The thing is, I feel like I don't remember where I read this, but I feel like you have a dream every single night. The thing is that dreams are so not ingrained with our living. It means literally nothing. So that the second you wake up, you just forget it because it doesn't matter. Or, the alarm goes off and you go, oh, I have to go to work. Their next thought is, oh, I got to get ready. Instead of, oh, what was that dream about?
Yep.
So most of the time when people wake up, it's just like, oh, no, I didn't even have a dream.
And sometimes I hate myself.
Deep.
This does tie into it, but I had somebody I work with that got me into TikTok.
Oh my God.
Every now and then. I'm not on TikTok every single freaking day, so don't get that idea. Every now and then, if I'm bored to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to play video games, I don't want to look at YouTube videos, I don't want to.
You go make a TikTok dance in your kitchen.
No, don't think that. Just because I have a TikTok, I watch other videos. I have never, and I plan on never making a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. No, I can promise that. But I was browsing through, and I come across a lot of supernatural, scary TikToks and stuff. That's what I like for the most part. You know me, it's year round. Same thing I like when I watch all those other YouTube channels. Where was I going to go with this? Because I was about to say something else, like, going in a completely different direction. I'm sorry. I do that from time to time. I don't stay on track. I'll branch off and talk about something else.
When you get bored, you watch TikTok videos that some are paranormal.
Well, right. I was about to say something else. But no. I came across a video, and they were talking about, do you ever wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning? And I'm like, it's funny that I came across that video because there's been a few nights, not in a row, but a few nights, I would say within the past couple of months, that I woke up at 3 and don't know why. I always go to bed around the same time, but for some odd reason, I would always wake up around 3. It'd be not on the dot, not to be like all dramatic and whatnot, like, oh, like a scary movie, I wake up at 3 o'clock on the dot. It's always been 5, 10, 15 minutes, after 3, give or take. But it's been around 3 o'clock in the morning.
The witching hour.
And it's a stupid TikTok video, and I just thought it was funny. And they're like, the reason why you wake up at 3 is because someone is watching you. And I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Someone's calling you 3 a.m. challenge.
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't call McDonald's at 3
Or
a.m.
what's another one? Oh. If you wake up between 2 and 4, or like 2 and 4, I think it's like 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning, don't look at yourself don't look in the mirror between those times. And I'm like, okay. And it said, because if you look at yourself in the mirror between 2 and 4 in the morning, you're not looking at yourself. You're looking like an alternate version of yourself or some shit like that. Like it's we're in the multiverse of some kind.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
like,
the deja vu multiverse.
What the hell? I'm like, get the hell out of here. Which was really convenient. And it was funny because the fact that, me and you, we both saw the latest Spider-Man film.
Oh.
So I thought it was kind of, it was like a big coincidence. I'm like, multiverse.
Oh, yeah, multiverse.
Got it. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's an argument, and people, who are skeptical about it, like, oh, there's alternate versions of myself, or you don't know. I actually saw a video, too, that suggested that how did it start? Oh, it was talking about, like, do you know why? And I guess it was their way of being skeptical, or I don't know what it was. But they were basically saying that, do you know why when a baby is born, why they cry? And I'm like, okay, well, why? I just figure it's just natural, I guess.
Because it's remembering its death or something?
It's remembering its previous life. As soon as their previous life, when they died in their previous life, they're being reborn again, and they're remembering all those memories. They're remembering their past life, and after they're born, that's like they're remembering for the very last time of all their previous memories, and then it just goes away. I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, I guess, but there have been apparently. There have been times, I would say within, I don't know, the past century. Let's just go with that, because I'm pretty sure you can go even further back, of reported cases of people who remembers their past lives, kids, and apparently it's been proven.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
I'm like, no way. There was a lady, recent video I saw on YouTube of a guy, this nurse somewhere up north, I want to say, but anyway, she was murdered. She remembered her killer, and she came back as when she came back as a child and whatnot. I forgot how she reported it or something like that to the authorities or to people around the hospital or whatever, but she remembered her past life. She was like, yes, that was me. And this is the person who killed me, and the person took some valuable stuff of mine, and it turned out it was that guy, and he was like an orderly or something like that at that same hospital, and he was gonna go, quote unquote, fix her TV.
The fuck?
But he was planning on robbing her, but instead she put up a fight, and I guess he felt like he had no choice, so he killed her. And then he went through her wallet and all that, and only found like $40, and was like, no, it's not enough. So he took some jewelry, and some of the jewelry that he stole, he gave to his girlfriend. And when the whole thing kind of blew up, when he was being investigated, she got interrogated as well, and she was like, you know what? Yeah, he did give me some jewelry back in for like Valentine's Day, like a couple or a few months after she got murdered and all that. And they were like, you still have it? She's like, yeah. And she gave it to them. And they were like, holy crap, that's her stuff. That's that lady's jewelry. So it ended up being true.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, like that's crazy.
It's kind of weird, all the things lining up like that. Oh, there's
I'm not sure.
There was one thing I wanted to mention. So you mentioned something about like 2 to 4 a.m. when you wake up, don't look in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little weird, because when you're lucid dreaming, there's like certain rules, and one of them is you're not supposed to look in the mirror.
Oh.
It's because you usually turn your dream into a nightmare, and it's something about like how you perceive yourself subconsciously versus how you think you should be looking and stuff like that. And it usually like really, really distorts you. Even if you were to look in a mirror normally and stare at yourself for a while, like really, really staring at yourself, you start seeing like the little sunken in eyes and like stuff like that, and you start noticing, and it gets really creepy.
Whoa.
There's another one, but I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, even if you're dreaming normally, sometimes you just might be dreaming normally, and don't try not to look into a mirror.
I don't plan on it.
Oh shit, I can't remember the other one. It was something about time. Oh yeah, the clocks. I feel like the clocks are going by normal time. So when you sleep, it feels like it's just 30 minutes if it's in a dream. But if you look at the clocks, it's usually speeding up by a lot. It'll change around a lot. My eyes are weird. Huh. Somebody just messaged me saying my eyes are weird. Great, now I have this dream about it where I'm looking in the mirror and my eyes are gonna look super weird. Oh. Oh my god, I just smacked the shit out of my mic.
I'm gonna get a call from you. Like I saw an alternate version of myself. I looked in the mirror. You just told me not to do it and you did it.
Oh man, lucid dreaming's fun.
How is it fun? You just got through telling me a terrible thing.
I don't look at the mirror though. I just know what happens. I've had normal dreams where I've seen myself in mirrors and it gets pretty creepy. But when I
Seriously,
lucid
wow.
dream, it's usually pretty fun. Before I ruined it by trying to fly and, you know,
Oh God. No way. Mm-mm.
to try it. It's not like astral projecting or anything. That sounds scary. Astral projecting?
How would you lucid dream? Like, how would you force yourself to have a lucid dream? Jesus.
So it's pretty like, apparently it's pretty easy. If you tell yourself that before you're going to bed tonight that, hey, I'm going to lucid dream, more than likely you're going to have a lucid dream. The thing is, if you remember it, because like I said, you have like 1 to 2, 3 dreams a night, and
That's crazy.
they're so unimportant in your daily life that as soon as you wake up, they're just gone.
So the ones that you've actually recorded, have you ever researched and found something plausible, like actual evidence or something that truly explains dreams?
No,
Have you done that research?
I have not. I think I think nobody knows. I think the closest thing was it's your brain subconsciously trying to figure out like solutions to things in your waking life or something like that.
Interesting.
But nobody knows as far as I know.
Yeah, because I've come across stuff like that in the past. Because either it popped up on my Facebook feed, or I saw it somewhere online on YouTube. Like, are you dreaming about this? This is what it could possibly mean. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, I've seen many posts like this. Okay, that's your opinion. Like, is it really facts? Like, is that what it really? What's what it truly means? If you have a specific dream about something.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Like there's certain things that everybody kind of dreams about the same. Like apparently one is if you dream your teeth are falling out, that means you're like subconsciously afraid that you're spending a lot of money or something like that.
Wow.
But that's like one of those Facebook things that I would read. It's like I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. But I definitely do, dream that my teeth fall out sometimes.
Oh God.
You never had dreams like
I
that?
don't think I ever. No.
You must be very financially stable.
Well, not quite. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'm somewhat financially stable, but I will say, when I started the job that I'm in right now, I was living from paycheck to paycheck, which was crazy. But I was young, and I was like, man, it's my first time getting my own money. Like, all right, cool. Because this is my second job. I had a temporary job before I got into the job I'm in right now. But I was making roughly pretty much the same amount of money as I did the temporary job I had. But when I got the second job, the job I'm in right now, yeah, I was like, all right, you know what, cool. I'm away from the family. Cool. I'm on my own. Cool. I'm just gonna buy whatever I want. And I was living from paycheck to paycheck. I was living life recklessly, and I was constantly every month talking to my mom and my stepdad saying, hey, I need money. Like, yeah, I need money to buy groceries, I need money for this, blah 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 blah. And it was the same excuse every single damn time. And then eventually at one point they were like, no more. They're like, you need to stop doing this, boy. Get your head out your ass. Okay. Learn how to balance your money, and like, what are you spending your money on? And I'm like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And they're like, all right, no more. Like, we're not gonna help you anymore, and you need to figure this out. it was a wake up call, and I'm like, oh, damn. Oh no. I was what do I do? And I panic. And yeah, ever since they did that, I was like, you know what, they're right. I need to be a little bit more smarter with my money. I need to stop just spending it recklessly like I am. Just because, I'm on my own now. I have this good paying job. I'm like, yep, I need to be smart.
That's crazy. You only had these 2 jobs or 2 jobs?
Yep.
Where were you?
Pretty much.
Where were you before? Can you say?
I will say, yes. I worked at Alcon Laboratories.
What the fuck? That sounds like some.
This isn't Oscorp or anything like that. But no, you wear contacts?
No. I got surgery, remember?
Have you ever worn contacts?
Yeah.
So as the company I worked for as a temp, Alcon, they make the solution.
Oh, okay.
We package the bottles for the contact solution. So if you ever go to the store again and you look at the contact solution, I think it should be somewhere on the label. But yeah, I worked for Alcon Laboratories and I worked on the line, and it was right after high school. I had an aunt who I wouldn't say she hooked me up. It's not like she gave me the job, you know what I mean?
That nepotism hookup?
Right. She basically was like, all right, if you want this job, show up for an interview on this day. That's all I'm going to tell you. It wasn't like, all right, I'm going to hook you up, I'm going to talk with my people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's a guarantee. I mean, it kind of was, but it was more so like, hey, if you really want a job, I have something for you that you could get. Again, could, but I have to go through an interview. Just be sure to be at this place on this date at this time, and there's a good chance you'll get it. But there's going to be an interview. And I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, cool. Because I tried applying at other places like grocery stores and movie theaters and all these other places. And I only got a call back once. And that was like at a Best Buy, I want to say. And, of course, being fresh out of high school, I'm pretty sure they were like, yeah, no. Because I remember filling out the application, and then, like, the next day I got a call, like, hey, we'd like to interview you. I'm like, yes! I like Best Buy. This is going to be awesome. They interviewed me, and all the questions they were asking me, they were like, so what's your experience? Yada, yada, and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, I just got out of high school. Have no experience. And I'm pretty sure the look the guy gave me was like, oh. Well, all right. Well, if anything comes up, we'll call you. Typical answer. I'm like, okay. Never got that call. I'm like, oh. Actually, you know what? I think they did. I think they were courteous enough to call me back and say, hey, yeah, I just want to let you know, we're not going to go with you at this time, but just wanted to give you that call, not get your hopes up and whatnot. I'm like, oh, well, that still sucks, but all right, thanks. Thanks for the heads up, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked there as a temp, and I put in a lot of overtime. That's the only reason why I got paid as much as I did. And it was cool seeing that money every single week. I was like, man, that's a lot of money. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, the overtime.
Oh, I put in a lot of overtime, trust me. But part of me didn't want to be home also. But I was just like, yeah, this is nice, I'm getting all this money. And I'm like, you tell me if I work overtime, I get more? I'm like, where do I sign up? I was like, I got you. So I went from, I remember going from the line to eventually going to working in the warehouse before I got my second job. So it was fun. It was.
I think I had 3 jobs before this job. My first one was with an electric company. They would send me like out on a 4-wheeler, and I would go mark points on a GPS for where they would go, and they would drill like the power poles and shit like that.
Oh.
That one was cool. I always got to wear snake guards because, it was out here and you might get bit by a snake and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was a camp counselor. I was actually a camp counselor. That one,
you've never told me that.
Yeah. That one was pretty interesting. The kids,
the electric company one, you told me, but yeah.
Yeah, the kids, they were really. Oh man. So
did one fart on you?
No. There were some like really strange kids, but they were like all kind of sweet in their own way. Like I remember they would like fight over like, oh, come eat with me, Grin. Oh no, come eat with me. And like the first day I messed up because I ate with somebody, and then it made like all the other kids jealous. So like the second day I was like, no, I'm gonna go eat with the rest of the counselors and stuff like that. There was this there was this one kid, this one girl. She was apparently like a troublemaker, and they're like, oh, you gotta watch out for her, make sure you keep an eye on her the whole time. And I'm like, why, what's going on? Apparently she went to that camp last year, and she like took a kid with her under the bench, and she's like, oh, you know, show me your penis.
Wait, what? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but it wasn't. She's a little kid, right? So it wasn't sexual. It was just she didn't know what one looked like, and she had a guy friend. She's like, oh, you know, show me your dick.
Wow. Okay. This is really weird.
Yeah, that kid ended up being like one of my friend's sister, and I was like telling him about it, and he's like, oh my God, don't mention it. And then the third one was Walmart. I was pets, paper goods, and chemicals.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't know I worked at Walmart?
No.
That was,
like I said, the only job you told me that you had before was the electric company one. I remember that one. These other two you never told me about.
Yeah, Walmart was probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like super nostalgic for it. I was like an associate right before the midnight shift came on. So I'd bring all the food to the front, or not the food, you know, the pet stuff. I'd bring it to the front of the aisle, and then the midnight crew would come and they'd restock it. But after work, I'd always just go to Taco Bell because it was 24/7 and get some Cool Ranch tacos and go home and play video games until, you know.
Oh, you got Taco Bell. Oh, I mean, Taco Hell, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get those trash-ass tacos from Jack in the Box.
No,
okay?
no.
You always ramp and rave about those. Like, oh, yeah, these are the best.
So those are the best when you're drunk.
Oh, God. Ugh.
And I worked at Walmart before I was 21, so I couldn't drink.
So, to backtrack, ladies and gentlemen, when I talked about if a kid farted on him.
Oh, my God. Are you going to tell him about Venom? Venom 2?
Yes. We went to go see Venom 2. And we sat next to this family with these annoying ass kids. Oh my God. But poor Grin.
I forgot they were annoying you too. They were like yelling.
They were talking throughout the damn movie, and I wanted to be like, dude, shut the hell up. They're like, oh yeah, is that Carnage? Shut up, kid. I want to hit them.
Oh my God.
No.
Let me tell. So we sit down. First off, I'm like, I don't want to sit next to this kid, so I steal somebody else's seat, right? And the whole time, like, everybody's like bickering in front of us and next to us, like, oh, I thought I was sitting there. Oh, I'm sitting there and sitting there.
Oh, that was next to me. They were on my left. I was like, what the hell?
Until finally they figured out.
Oh wait, no, you sat on my left. That's right.
Until finally they figured out, oh, you're not in the right spot. And I was like, oh man. So I go and I sit next to this kid, right? Whatever. It's a
you sat next to me on my right side instead. Yeah.
It's a little kid, and I'm sitting there. I'm trying to watch the movie, and all I can hear is, and I'm like, oh my God, this kid is like going mukbang level 3 over here, and he's like chomping down on this popcorn. He's breathing super heavy, and I'm like, oh man. But you know, he's just a little kid. He's trying to enjoy the movie. He's
inhaling the popcorn. He's not even chewing.
He's not chewing. He's inhaling it. But you know, he's here having a good time. He's just watching this movie. It's kind of cute, you know. I'm here watching the movie too. You know, he's all right. And then, boom, kid leans over towards me and blows out a big ass fart. This thing was so nasty. I was like, immediately, nope, this kid's back from. He's not cute anymore. This kid is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Fuck.
Oh my God. Oh man. When you told me that after you left the movie, I was dying. Yeah, that kid and his other brothers are, God, they were so annoying. I hated that. If there's one thing I hate the most, and especially in the theater, don't talk. Watch a damn movie. Don't talk. So there's certain movies, because I know you will disagree with this, and me personally, I don't have a problem with. So, and I even seen reaction videos on YouTube. And while some can be annoying, it depends on like how severe it is. Because when I went to go see Spider-Man: No Way Home, um, well, at this point, you better have seen the movie, so I'm just gonna say it anyway.
Spoiler warning.
Spoil it for you. Yeah, spoiler warning. I guess we'll go ahead and say that. I guess, but if you haven't seen it, then what the hell? Go see it. But anyways, so a lot of the key scenes in there when, at the very beginning, Daredevil. Oh man, that was amazing. I did not expect him to join the Marvel universe. I forgot the actor's name, but I've seen the Netflix Daredevil show. Huge fan of it. It was amazing. And to see him join and actually be in the movie, super ecstatic. Oh, it was great. So when that happened, the entire room just erupted. Everybody was cheering, and I was like, "Oh man!" I started clapping too. I started cheering. I was like, "Yeah!" I was like, "Okay, this crowd is pretty cool." Not that. In fact, I don't think not that many people were talking at all. But again, it was like certain scenes where the entire theater just erupted. People just cheering, clapping their hands and stuff. That's okay. That is okay, because I dealt with that when I went to go see Endgame. And of course, Spider-Man: No Way Home. A lot of those scenes where when Adam Garfield and Toby came when they appeared in the movie. So I was like, great, that's awesome. But when those scenes happened, people just like they lost it. Everybody was cheering. I almost stood up and wanted to clap and all that too, but I was like, I'll just stay seated.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was a great movie. But we can probably do a review on that another time. But yeah, and I know you will disagree.
Yeah, I have
with that
different
you
views
hate
on
cheering.
this.
Yeah, you hate cheering.
I don't
that.
clap when the airplane lands. I don't see I don't see why people should clap in the theater.
Well, these are so okay. This is coming from fans. Like I wouldn't say true. I was gonna say true fans, but this coming from fans who are like who love, I guess, the comics, the whole just Marvel superhero movies in general. It's I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you're like a really big fan and you see stuff like that for the first time in a theater, it's kind of hard. I mean, I will say if like when I was visiting Korea, I went to go see Infinity War. That's what it was.
Did we watch that together?
That was the first. We did actually. Yeah, because you were visiting as well, and we met up with each other and saw Infinity War, and that was the second time for me seeing it. No, wait, third time. Yeah, that was the last time because I saw it 3 times.
Jesus.
I saw it with some friends, and then I saw it with the wife. And then I saw it with you. So I saw it 3 times out there. It was great. But the theaters out there were so amazing. I will say that.
Yeah, they're pretty
you could
nice.
Hear a pin drop. I mean, if it was funny, you would get the crowd. They would chuckle. You would hear some chuckling, some laughs. And that's as far as I would go. No cheering, no talking, nothing. And there was another time too when we went to go see one of the Star Wars movies out there. I think it was the second movie on this last trilogy. The Last Jedi. Yeah, the scene where that one captain lady used a hyperspeed to go through all those other spaceships and it like obliterated the other spaceships. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
No, I have not seen
not.
it. The only thing I know about it
for you.
the movies is like the cow milk thing with the blue milk.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, and the second movie, I think it is the last Jedi, or I could be wrong. But anyways, it was the second movie. That scene happened. When that scene happened, like the entire theater was quiet because I guess that like for dramatic a dramatic pause or something because I thought the sound went out because it was quiet when that scene happened. And when it happened, I remember going, "Oh shit!" But I didn't say it out loud. I whispered it. She hit me. She was like, "Shut up." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "That was awesome."
Meanwhile, everybody's like turning around and pointing at you like, "Oh, there's that fucking
nobody
American."
was doing that. Nobody looked at me. Nobody just gave me that stank eye look or like nobody shushed me or anything like that. But I whispered it. Me and her will always disagree. We'll argue about this every time it gets brought up. But I whispered it. I didn't go, "Oh shit." You know, I whispered. I was just like, "Oh shit." But she said I screamed it. I'm like, "No, I didn't scream it." I was like, "Get out of here."
Screeched.
If I was that annoying, I'm pretty sure somebody would have turned around and said, "Shh." But nobody shushed me. She's like, "I did." I was like, "I know." It was you. Nobody else did. But no, that's our argument. So nobody doesn't clap when the plane lands. Like, okay, all right. I'm not saying that we cheer and clap and talk and do all that at every single damn movie. But there's certain movies, you know what I mean?
I should also mention I don't go to movies a lot, so I don't know if that's like the proper etiquette. I don't know if everybody's always like, "Oh, yay, it's Spider-Man."
No,
oh, yay,
not
it's the other
quite.
Spider-Man.
So it's superhero. I would have to say, and this is my opinion. I would have to say it is superhero movies in general. So if it's like a rom-com or a drama movie or a thriller or something like that, like James Bond, because I know I've seen a couple of James Bond movies in the theater. Nobody's clapping. Nobody's cheering when he beats up the bad guy, when he kills the bad guy or somebody. No. If there's funny scenes, for the most part, in a lot of movies, you'll hear people laugh. They'll laugh. But I will have to say it's superhero movies in general. It's stuff fans have either seen in animated cartoon, like animated shows, read in comics, stuff they've seen online, whatever. But when it's made into a movie and it's on the big screen and you finally get to see it, acted out, a live action film, and to see it, waiting for so many years, and actually seeing it and being a huge fan, like I said, I mean, yeah, you're gonna get some cheers. You're gonna get some stuff like that if you look up these like live these audience reactions from these movies. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, there have been some, I don't know where these theaters were, but there have been some where I watched it and I got annoyed. I'm like, okay, that's too excessive. Cheering and clapping and whatnot, that's one thing. But there's been videos that I've seen, I would have to send them to you, but I don't know if you'll last watching it. But there are some videos where you hear the person recording or you hear the entire crowd just like screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm like, okay, that's way too much. I'm like, all right, chill out. And I know there was this one guy, and this was in California. Freaking California.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I know it was a premiere showing, because I think they do typically the premieres like either in New York or California or something like that. But it was Infinity War.
Again with the Infinity War.
Hey, Avengers is great. Again, another podcast we'll have to do. Marvel versus DC. That's going to be a good podcast. At least I think. Anyways, but no, there was this guy, and I think he was in California. And a lot of times in his reaction videos, you hear him screaming. Like, he is screaming, "Oh, shit! Oh, shit!" And then, like, his wife or girlfriend at one point is like, calls out his name, like, "Shut the fuck up." And I was just like, finally, thank you. And then it took that, and then like you kind of hear him after she tells him to shut the fuck up. You hear him kind of calm down a little bit. He still gets excited with a lot of scenes, but he kind of tones it down some. But yeah,
That kind of reminds me of that video where that guy watches the Star Wars trailer and he like starts crying and he's like, "Oh man."
what?
Yeah, you haven't
I
seen
haven't
that?
seen that one. No way.
I have to show you afterwards.
Was that is like a spoof or is
No,
like
it's
legit
a real. It's
He
real.
was
He's
crying.
crying because
Oh my god. Was this like when episode 1 and 3 came
I
out?
have
or like
no
this
idea.
Last trilogy?
It was some chick and she did a backflip into a spaceship.
no fucking way. Oh, that was this last trilogy. Yeah. Seriously? He cried?
Yeah, he was crying.
Oh god.
I gotta show you that. I gotta say, my audience when I watched the Spider-Man, I was in a VIP lounge, which you pay a little bit extra, but
Yeah.
you get to watch it by yourself with like 12 other people. You get to press a button and people bring you popcorn and drinks and like booze and burgers. I had a burger.
So it
was so good.
To give a little bit more perspective on this, when you say alone and then you say 12 other people, you're not quite alone. You're kind of like in your own little space. So instead of it being completely open, when you buy these VIP tickets, it's typically for dates or if you take your significant other, your spouse, and a little date night type thing, because you're kind
You
of
get like
closed.
a sex couch that's like closed off from everybody.
Actually, that's crazy too. Were you able to like lift a little?
Yeah, you can
armrest?
lift. There's a table and you can lift it up.
And you can move the tables to the side and lift the arm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get a little sex chair. It's kind of weird though because those people are always walking around.
Yeah, if everybody's pressing the buttons, then they're always walking around. But I gotta.
Is it a button or is it a switch?
It's
'Cause
a
I saw
button.
little switch.
There's a switch. That's a light
Really?
switch. You could just have a light switch
Oh.
to look at the menu.
Yeah, I hated that the lights were still on though. You know what I mean?
No,
Did you even notice that? Because they didn't like darken the theater completely.
ours was
Like they left
dark.
the lights on the sides like slightly on. They just dimmed it, but it was still on. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, ours were off. Maybe that was just your technician or whatever.
He sucks.
But I got a area in the middle, so whenever I press the
you
button,
lucky.
yeah, it would just be my guy. I would never have to see him crossing back and forth.
Wow.
It was pretty cool, but the audience, when things would happen, nobody got up and cheered and screamed and like shat their pants when Spider-Man came out. But people were like, oh yeah, that's that one meme part, like that. They'd whisper it, probably like how you whispered, "Oh shit," kind of like that.
Yeah, I'll have to say because when I saw the Spider-Man film for the second time with the wife, I had the same experience in the VIP. Like every time, I was expecting it too. I was kind of waiting, like, all right, let's see what the crowd does. If they do it, I'm joining. And nothing.
You were ready.
I'm like,
He had his hands
God,
together.
I was ready too. And I kind of sat there and I'm like, God, y'all suck.
You should have started it. You should have been like, "Yay!" And then you
Hell
could have
no.
felt awkward by the only one.
She would have told me, shut the fuck up. No. Yeah, it was actually really cool. I actually enjoyed the experience. I will have to say, though, I think the sound in the VIP section sounded a lot better.
Ooh, you had was it the AMX one or something?
Well, no. So the first time I saw it was the AVX Atmos, I think is what it's called. And that's like supposed to be a really good, like top tier, sound and the video quality and everything. Again, top tier. And I'm like, okay, IMAX or better than IMAX, I think. I think that's what it is. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I still enjoyed the experience. The great thing I enjoyed about it, that I was lucky, was that it was a reclined seat.
Mm-hmm.
I could, the same thing with the VIP. It was a recliner, so I could, recline all the way back if I wanted to, or sit all the way up and whatnot. So being towards the front, not quite all the way to the front, I was able to recline back all the way and still enjoy the film. Because if it wasn't a recliner, I probably would have, hated life, because I would have been looking up and around all the time. But I was actually able to kind of lean back, like lay down, and to still look up at the entire screen. I'm like, okay, this is not bad. I'm like, this is good.
I thoroughly enjoyed VIP, but I think we should wrap this up soon because it's getting pretty big.
Oh no, I just saw it too. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So if you hung out this long, Santa Claus, I just want to say thanks for listening. If you like what we're doing, make sure you like the video. Comment if you tell us, we're idiots and we forgot something, or, Black Ops 2 is a masterpiece that we just both overlooked or something.
No, Black Ops 1 is a masterpiece. But as always, also, please be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. And ring that notification bell. Ding, ding. Yeah.
That's pretty much it, but have a happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Take care.
Hope the next one's better.
Let's hope.
And